love, guide us. There's a quiet stirring in your spirit, like something holy is drawing near. And deep down, even if you can't fully explain it, you know it has something to do with love. Not just any love, but divine love. The kind that's been prayed over, preserved, and perfectly timed. Today's message is tender, personal, and sent straight to your heart. If you've been seeking confirmation about your future partner, or if you've been wondering when, where, or even who they are, this message will bring clarity, peace, and yes, even a little surprise. Because heaven has been whispering about this union for a while now, and the angels have something to say. Before we go further, take a moment to recognize this. God sees your desire for real love. He honors the way you've waited, prayed, and stayed faithful even in silence. He knows the nights you wrestled with questions, the moments you almost settled, and the quiet tears you thought no one saw. But someone did see. Your angels stood by. And now they're speaking. They want you to know the person you're going to marry is closer than you think. And while your mind may have created certain expectations about who they are, what they'll look like, what age they'll be, what kind of background they'll come from, heaven is inviting you to stay open, because what's coming is not what you imagined. It's better. Yes, you may be surprised by their age. It might not match your checklist. They may be older than you thought or younger than you expected. But God doesn't choose partners based on what looks logical. He chooses based on what's eternal. He sees beyond appearance and age. He looks at the heart, the mission, and the divine purpose that will unfold when the two of you come together. You see, the person you're meant to marry isn't just someone to pass time with. This is someone who carries part of your calling, someone who's been prepared, shaped by their own journey, matured by trials, softened by grace, and made ready just for you. Ecclesiastes 3:11 reminds us, He has made everything beautiful in its time. That includes your love story. You haven't missed it. You're not too late. And no, you didn't ruin your chances. What God is preparing is still on schedule, even if it's not on your timeline. The delay wasn't denial, it was alignment. Because the person you're meant to be with needed time to heal, grow, and discover their identity in God. And so, did you? Perhaps the reason their age might surprise you is because while you were looking for someone in a particular season of life, God was preparing someone in a completely different one. Maybe you thought they had to be your exact age, but God was shaping someone with a few more years of wisdom, or a few fewer years, but with a heart that's ancient in understanding. Isaiah 55:8-9 says, For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. This is your reminder. God doesn't think small. He doesn't operate by human standards. He writes stories that confuse logic but fulfill prophecy, and your story is no exception. The angels are revealing this now because your heart is finally in a place to receive. For a long time, you might have been closed off, maybe due to heartbreak, disappointment, or the fear that real love doesn't exist. But something has shifted. Recently, you've started to believe again, and that belief is unlocking doors in the spirit. The person God is sending isn't perfect, but they're perfect for you. They may carry scars just like you, but they've also been shaped by fire, refined in hidden seasons, and now they carry the kind of love that can be trusted. The angels say, You'll know them not by appearance, but by peace. Their presence will calm you. Their voice will feel familiar. Their intentions will be pure, and even though their age may not match your original list, their heart will match your prayers. So release the checklist. Release the pressure. God is not asking you to understand it all. He's asking you to stay open. Because this love isn't just romance, it's restoration. It's the answer to a cry your soul has whispered for years. This connection will be deeply spiritual. It won't be about surface-level attraction or worldly compatibility. It will be about covenant, about purpose, about two lives that fit together, like puzzle pieces, filling the gaps, healing the wounds, building a future that glorifies God. You won't have to force it. You won't have to beg for attention or explain your worth. They will see it, they will honor it, and they'll be drawn to the light in you. Don't be surprised if this person doesn't meet the approval of everyone around you. Sometimes, the people God chooses for us don't make sense to others. But what matters is that you sense the divine fingerprint on the connection. That's how you'll know it's not hype, it's holy. Romans 8:28 reminds us, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. This includes your love life. Yes, even the heartbreaks you've endured, the people who walked away, and the relationships that never fully bloomed. God is working it all together for good. None of it was wasted. It was preparation. So when this person shows up, however, unexpectedly, don't judge them by their age. Look at their character. Watch how they speak to others. Watch how they pray. Pay attention to how they treat people who can't do anything for them. And most of all, ask God for discernment. Because while the world may look at numbers, heaven looks at alignment. This person may have had a difficult past, but they've surrendered it. They've walked through refining fire, and they've emerged with a deeper understanding of grace. They may not be flashy. They may not check all the worldly boxes, but they will carry something sacred: depth, humility, and the capacity to love you well, the kind of love that lifts instead of limits, the kind that prays with you before they play with you, the kind that calls you higher, not by force but by example, the kind that reminds you even in silence that you're safe, seen, and chosen. So stay expectant, keep preparing, keep praying. This isn't just about meeting someone, it's about becoming ready for someone. And that readiness is both spiritual and emotional. It's about learning how to receive without fear, how to trust without control, how to love without losing yourself. Because when this person shows up, it won't be the beginning of a fairy tale. It'll be the continuation of your calling. Your union will serve a greater purpose. Together, you'll reflect something that the world desperately needs to see: what holy, healthy, God-centered love can look like. If you've been feeling a strange pull in your spirit lately, that's not your imagination. That's spiritual alignment. Your angel is making room in your life, removing distractions, healing old wounds, and getting your heart ready for this next chapter. Some things are shifting around you, not to confuse you, but to create space. You're not losing anything necessary. You're shedding what can't go with you. You're not waiting in vain. You're being set apart. And when the time is right, what belongs to you will not miss you. Psalm 84:11 declares, "No good thing will he withhold from those who walk uprightly." Your good thing is still coming, and it may look a little different, but it will feel just right. If this message is speaking to your heart, let it. Let it break down the fear. Let it heal your skepticism. Let it water the seeds of hope that once felt dried out. Because you were never forgotten. You were being preserved, and now you're being positioned. So keep your heart open, your spirit sensitive, and your faith alive. The person you're going to marry, their age might surprise you, but their love will restore you. Their presence will bring peace. Their arrival will feel like coming home. Your angel wants you to know this is not a coincidence. This is a divine appointment. The waiting has not been in vain. The timing is not off. Everything is right on schedule. And now the promise is closer than ever. So breathe, rest, expect. Because what's meant for you is still unfolding, and heaven hasn't forgotten a single detail. If this message spoke to your heart today, please Like this video as an act of agreement and faith. In the comments, share your declaration, something simple like, "I'm ready for God's timing," or "I trust God's choice for me." Let your words align with what heaven is releasing over your life. And don't forget to subscribe to Angel Message for You channel to stay connected for more messages like this, each one crafted with prayer, led by the Spirit, and made just for you. You are loved. You are seen. And your love story is not late. It's anointed. Keep believing. Keep trusting. Your miracle is on the way. Will always be the anchor that holds everything together if you believe in the strength of love and the beauty of overcoming challenges together. Share this video, subscribe to the channel, and affirm, "I cherish a love that navigates challenges with grace." Type, "I am receiving my blessing," in the comments to claim this affirmation and allow the power of love to guide you forward. If you feel called to support this mission of spreading divine messages, consider contributing through a super thanks. Whether it's $5, $10, $20, or more, your generosity helps us share these angelic messages with the world together. We can build a community of faith, hope, and love. You've carried dreams in silence. Maybe you've imagined walking down the aisle or sitting across from someone who finally sees all of you, your past, your present, your potential, and chooses you without hesitation. You've wondered if that kind of love was real, if it was still possible in a world full of pretense and performance. And the answer, beloved, is yes. Not only is it possible, but it's promised when God is the matchmaker. Your future spouse is not just someone to fill a space. They are someone sent to protect your purpose, to love the places of your soul, even you've forgotten how to tend to. And while you may be shocked at first by something as simple as their age, heaven is not concerned with numbers, only alignment. Age in the kingdom is not a barrier, it's a bridge. Sometimes the gap in age is exactly what God uses to bridge spiritual maturity, patience, and grace. Don't miss what's yours, because it came wrapped differently than expected. Your angels are gently preparing you for this, whispering, guiding, nudging you to let go of shallow expectations and make room for sacred reality. They've been watching you closely, how you've grown, how you've matured through heartbreak, how you've stopped seeking attention and started seeking God. That's when everything shifted. That's when heaven said, now they're ready. Because this kind of love isn't surface level. It requires a healed heart, a patient soul, a surrendered spirit. And if that's you, if you've been through the fire, if you've loved and lost and dared to believe again, then you're not just ready for a relationship. You're ready for a revelation. The person you will marry is part of your next revelation. And when they arrive, you'll understand why every delay, every tear, every lonely season was necessary. Because they won't just love you. They'll honor the journey it took to find you. They'll pray over you when you're tired, stand beside you when you're shaken, and celebrate every miracle God performs in your life. You won't feel like a second option. You won't have to earn their love. You'll just know. God is very intentional about timing. Maybe you crossed paths with this person before and it wasn't the right season. Or maybe you've never met them, but your spirits are already being drawn together. That ache you feel sometimes, that longing you can't explain, it's not emptiness, it's alignment. It's your spirit responding to what heaven is activating. Don't be afraid to receive it. Even if their age makes you pause, even if they've walked a different path, remember, God qualifies what man disqualifies. What others might overlook, God calls chosen. And the one he has for you, they've been through their own wilderness. They've fought private battles. They've been shaped by mercy. And they're finally ready to give the kind of love that reflects heaven. Hebrews 10:23 tells us, "Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for he who promised is faithful." This love is not a fantasy. It's a fulfillment. It's the reward of obedience, the harvest of faithfulness, and the manifestation of God's promise over your life. Your angels want you to stop comparing your story to others. Stop thinking you're behind. Heaven doesn't follow man-made timelines. What's meant for you will be right on time. And while you're waiting, don't wait with worry. Wait with wonder, with peace, with joy, knowing that if it's taking longer, it's only because it's being perfected. So start preparing not just with your hands, but with your heart. Ask God to refine your desires, to soften any walls, to increase your discernment so that when this person appears, however surprising, they will feel like home to your spirit, and you'll recognize them not by logic, but by light. They'll speak to something eternal inside you. They'll carry confirmation, not confusion. And the more you speak to God about them, the more He'll speak to you. He'll give you dreams, signs, peace. And the angels will walk with you every step of the way, guiding, protecting, and confirming what your heart already knows, that your season of sacred love is here. So keep your faith strong. Keep your prayers honest. Keep your expectations open, because heaven is getting ready to astonish you. And it may not be the person you imagined, but it will be the one God ordained. Their presence will mark the beginning of a new era in your life, one of shared purpose, divine healing, and covenant strength. You won't have to chase it. You won't have to beg for it. God will place it in your path. And when He does, you'll understand why it had to take this long, why it had to look this different, and why it's so much better than what you prayed for. So right now, take a deep breath. Let go of the timeline. Release the pressure. Embrace the peace that comes from knowing heaven is still writing your story. And it's not over, it's just beginning. If this message stirred something in your soul, I encourage you to like this video as a personal declaration that you're ready for God's timing and open to His surprises. Comment below with a phrase that reflects your faith, something like, "I trust the one God is sending," or "I'm ready for love in God's perfect way." Let your words create spiritual agreement. And most importantly, subscribe to and stay connected for more spirit-led messages that will keep your faith strong and your heart encouraged. There's more coming, more clarity, more signs, more divine alignment. Don't miss it. Spread more divine words of hope, love, and healing. Consider offering a super thanks, whether it's $5, $10, $20, or more. Your generosity fuels this mission and helps us continue ministering to souls all around the world together. We are building a community of faith, purpose, and love, a place where angelic messages remind hearts that God is still speaking, and His promises still stand. Amen. This person, your future spouse, isn't just being sent to love you. They are being positioned to stand beside you in purpose, in calling, and in battle. Because love in the kingdom isn't just about holding hands, it's about holding heaven's agenda together. That's why it took time. That's why certain people had to fall away. That's why you had to unlearn some things and relearn trust. God was not being silent to punish you. He was being strategic to protect you. Because this is more than a relationship. It's a revival of something holy in your life. When you meet this person, you'll notice something different. They're not confused. They're not flaky. They won't make you guess how they feel or where you stand. That's because they've been prepared too. They've been walking through their own wilderness, seeking clarity, healing from their past, and learning how to lead with love and humility. You see, while you were praying for them, they were being refined for you. God was dealing with their character, not just their charisma. That's why you'll feel safe with them, because you'll know they've been in the fire and came out purified. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "He has made everything beautiful in its time. And now the time is near." The angels are already rejoicing because they see the appointment drawing closer. They see the connection forming. They see your hearts preparing to meet at the intersection of God's will and your deepest desire. And yes, you may be surprised by how this person looks, their past, even their age, but the Spirit will testify and peace will confirm it. Because when God is in it, you won't have to force it. You'll simply recognize it. It'll feel like a soft whisper that says, "This is it." Not loud, not dramatic, but clear. And here's what you must remember. You're not being rescued, you're being revealed. The person coming into your life isn't coming to complete you. They're coming to walk with the version of you that God already made whole. So don't shrink, don't settle, don't pretend you're smaller just to be loved. This person is equipped to handle your growth, your light, your fire, and your anointing. They won't be intimidated by it. They'll celebrate it. They'll pray for you and with you. They'll remind you of who you are when life tries to make you forget. This love will feel like healing. You'll feel seen without having to explain. You'll feel understood without having to justify. You'll feel chosen without having to compete. Because the angels have been orchestrating this. Every delay, every closed door, every painful goodbye, it was clearing the path for this. So if you've been feeling discouraged, take heart. God hasn't forgotten you. He's been fashioning something sacred. Isaiah 60:22 says, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." And beloved, it's starting to happen. Heaven has leaned in. Your name has been spoken in rooms you've never entered. Your heart has been covered in prayer by someone you haven't even met yet. There are moments coming soon where your spirit will weep with joy, not because life is suddenly perfect, but because the weight you've carried for years will finally lift. You'll wake up one day and realize you're not just loved, you're understood. You're not just found, you're favored, and that will change everything. So stay in position. Don't grow weary in well-doing. Don't allow the loneliness to lie to you. You are not forgotten. You are not behind, and you are not alone. Right now, heaven is working overtime on your behalf. And soon, very soon, your eyes will see what your heart believed. The person carrying your blessing is on their way, not just to love you, but to walk into destiny with you. So take a deep breath. Let the past go. Forgive where you need to. Release what no longer serves your purpose. Because you're not just receiving a partner. You're stepping into a prophetic promise. This is your moment to align with faith, to believe again, to expect again, to dare to hope even when your mind says it's too late. This is your moment to align with faith, to believe again, to expect again, to dare to hope even when your mind says it's too late. Your angels say, get ready, prepare, make room. Whether they come through a conversation, a dream, a divine connection, or a moment you didn't even plan, you'll know. And when it happens, don't doubt it. Don't push it away. Receive it, embrace it, celebrate it. Because heaven doesn't send what you're not ready to carry. Let me ask you, can you feel it? That stirring in your spirit? That quiet confirmation that says, this is not fantasy. This is faith coming alive. Let your faith speak louder than your fear. Let your praise rise above your worry. Let your hope be louder than your doubt. Because the one God has for you isn't coming to break your heart. They're coming to prove that holy love still exists. And yes, their age may surprise you. But what matters more is their spirit, their character, and their alignment with God's will. So say this out loud. I trust the one God is preparing for me. Let your own voice partner with heaven's timing, and if this message touched you deeply, I invite you now to like this video. Let it be a sign of agreement between your heart and heaven's promise. Comment below with a phrase like, my heart is ready for God's appointed one, or I trust God's divine timing for my love story. Let the comment section become a field of faith, So take this moment, right here and now, to pause and reflect, not with worry or anxious thoughts, but with quiet gratitude. Let your spirit exhale. Let your soul rest in this truth. God is not late. He is precise. He is purposeful. He is perfect. The angels surrounding you see the fullness of what's coming, and they rejoice because they know this isn't ordinary. It's divine, it's timely, and it's wrapped in the fingerprints of heaven. This is not just about marriage. This is about mission. You and your future spouse are being positioned for something much greater than yourselves. Your union will echo in the spiritual realm. It will break generational chains. It will bring healing to family lines. It will ignite ministries. It will birth movements. That's why the warfare has been so intense. That's why the waiting has felt like wilderness. Because great promises require great preparation, and now the preparation is nearly complete. The refining has been working on both sides. The heart God is bringing into your life is not perfect, but it is purified by trials, by truth, by transformation, and so is yours. There will be moments when they come that will feel surreal, moments where you'll look into their eyes and feel the Holy Spirit whisper, "This is who I made for you." Not because they match a list, but because they mirror your purpose. And yes, their age might challenge your expectations. You may wrestle for a moment with the logic of it, but your peace will confirm what your mind cannot calculate. Because spiritual alignment always overrides surface assumptions, their soul will feel familiar, their heart will feel like home. You won't have to convince yourself, you'll simply recognize the hand of God. Corinthians 4:18 reminds us, "So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal." You're about to witness the manifestation of something eternal, something written in the book of your destiny long before you knew how to pray for it. So guard your heart with faith. Stay alert in your spirit. Your angels are already making way for divine encounters, for sacred connections, for moments drenched in confirmation. Be willing to say yes. Be willing to trust the leading of peace, not pressure. And remember, God doesn't just give you what you want, He gives you what will make you whole. The person coming into your life isn't here to complete you. They're coming to complement what God has already established in you. And when they show up, don't second guess it. Receive the blessing with open hands and a grateful heart. Let the walls fall. Let the fears melt. Let the love in. This is a sacred assignment, not just a romantic reward. You are being entrusted with a person who will carry part of your calling, and you will carry theirs. Together you will reflect the heart of God in ways neither of you could alone. There is power in this connection. There is destiny in this alignment. There is legacy in this union. And every delay, every detour, every lonely night has been leading to this divine appointment. So keep praying, keep praising, keep preparing. The shift is closer than it feels. The angels have already begun their final movements. Doors are unlocking, hearts are aligning, spirits are responding, and heaven is smiling, because this, dear one, is your season of fulfillment. And when it happens, when you meet the one whose spirit calls to yours, you'll understand why the wait was holy, why the tears were seeds, why the silence was protection, and why the love you're about to receive is unlike anything you've ever known. So let this message sit with you. Let it water your faith. Let it renew your hope. Now, if you feel this word resonating in your spirit, if you feel the confirmation swelling in your chest, don't keep it silent. Let it be known. Like this video,